I walked into the gym that evening with a simple plan: to surprise my wife, Emma, after her workout and take her to her favorite Italian restaurant downtown. But as soon as I stepped inside, I froze. There she was on the stretching mat, lying on her stomach while her trainer, Tyler, knelt over her, his hands gliding slowly along her thighs and lower back. She giggled, flicking her hair, completely at ease. A few gym members even paused mid-rep to watch. I approached calmly and placed her water bottle beside her. Before I could speak, she looked up, smirking, and said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Relax. He's just helping me stretch. If you're jealous, go home." Laughter rippled through the room. She didn't even glance at me again. Something inside me went completely silent. Most men might have shouted, argued, or caused a scene. I did none of that. I simply stared at the woman I'd married and realized I wasn't embarrassed. I was done. Without saying a word, I nodded, turned around, and walked out of the gym while she continued laughing with him, as if I didn't exist. On the way to the car, I didn't cry or rage. I didn't even blink. I took out my phone, dialed a number, and said 4 calm words: "It's time. Do it." On the other end, Daniel, my best friend and the gym's acting manager, paused briefly before replying, "Understood, sir." "Yes, sir." Because here's what Emma never knew in 3 years of marriage: I owned that gym. I'd bought it quietly when it was on the brink of bankruptcy and let Daniel run it while I stayed a silent investor. I wanted one place where no one treated me differently because of money. A place where I could be just another man living an ordinary life. I could have told her. But I wanted to see how she'd treat me when she thought I was ordinary. That night, she failed that test spectacularly. The next morning, she woke up stretching as if nothing had happened. She glanced at me reading the newspaper and smirked. "Still mad about yesterday? You know I was just joking, right?" I didn't flinch. I handed her a cup of coffee and said, "You should go to the gym early today. Things might be different." She laughed, kissed me on the cheek like I was the fragile one, and said, "You'll get over it." But when she arrived at the gym, she immediately sensed something was off. The receptionist wouldn't meet her eyes. Members whispered in the corners. Tyler, the trainer, stood outside the office clutching a crumpled termination letter, his face pale with anger. "This is ridiculous. I didn't do anything wrong," he shouted as 2 security officers escorted him out. Emma stormed inside, heels clicking, demanding answers. Then she saw it, a printed notice pinned to the front desk. Membership terminated, Emma Cole. Effective immediately. Access privileges revoked. Her confident smile faltered. She marched to the manager's office, flinging open the door. "Where's Daniel? He can't do this." "I'll talk to the owner," she shouted. Daniel stood up calmly. "Emma, your behavior yesterday violated gym policy, professionalism, and respect. Your membership is cancelled." She scoffed. "You don't have the authority to make that decision. I'll go straight to the owner." Daniel raised an eyebrow and stepped aside. "You don't have to. He's already here." I was standing behind him. Her face drained of color. You own this place," she stammered. I stepped forward slowly. "Every treadmill, every camera, every paycheck, including your trainers." She opened her mouth, but no words came out. The same people who had watched her mock me the night before were now watching her crumble. Her eyes filled with tears she wasn't ready to show. This time, there was no act, only truth. She reached for my hand, trembling. "Please, can we just talk?" "Not here," she whispered. I shook my head. "You told me to go home if I was jealous," I said quietly. "So I did. And while I was home, I remembered something. You don't respect me. And a marriage without respect isn't a marriage. It's charity." A tear slipped down her cheek as I turned away. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't seek revenge. I simply walked past her, past the broken trainer, past the silent crowd. Because sometimes, real power isn't in shouting, it's in never needing to. And in that moment, the silence spoke louder than any argument ever could. Emma stood there surrounded by people, but completely alone. The same woman who once said I wasn't assertive enough now watched me walk away, not as her husband, but as a man who had finally remembered his worth. And she realized, maybe for the first time, that she hadn't just lost a man. She had lost a protector, a provider, a friend, and the quiet owner of everything she thought she could take for granted.